guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today we're going to do a get ready with me and talk about our Halloween plans for decorations. I had band camp today, and so I'm not in like the cutest outfit or anything, but I promised to zhuzh up my hair at the end. The only thing I have on is sunscreen, and I put some and not even like my tinted sunscreen. I also have this, which has definitely come off by now because I sweat like a crazy person. Luminous, this is the Dermatology Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41. This is amazing, especially on days where you don't want to wear makeup. It's SPF, it's a light coverage, it's more of a brightener, it's really nice. You can also use it under your concealer, which is also really cool. I don't tend to do that because I don't like too many layers, but for those that do, I don't know, this just never feels straight. And of course my battery is going, so let's see how far we get. So let's start with the outside. For the house. So last year I went a little spooky outside and I really liked it, but I didn't go super spooky. So I think this year we're gonna start building on kind of a mix between a pumpkin patch and a cemetery, and we're going to make the pumpkins kind of gross and poisonous and like icky, and I'll try to put a picture here of what I'm talking about. I also got I'm gonna use the About Face, the blue stuff. I talk about this all the time. I'm gonna use this as a base, and we're just gonna play around, and it might be horrible, and I have stained fingers from something else, but don't be scared. So there's a way that you can take the foam pumpkins and like use heat and paint to make them look kind of poisonous or rotten. Maybe not poisonous, but like a rotten pumpkin, how it's like, ugh. But then I also bought, which is what I was trying to say earlier, I also bought a twin headboard off of Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna make a really big tombstone or like cemetery sign. And then we do have a guy, like a little guy that, I'm doing this like thin layers. We do have a little guy, like I'm talking about my dog. We have a little puppy dog. It's like a creepy scarecrow kind of guy. So I feel like that'll go with everything. So that's gonna be one of the DIYs I'm gonna do this year as well, is the poisonous pumpkins or the rotten pumpkins, possibly. It's gonna see how the first one goes, if it's worth a tutorial or not. And then for sure, the tombstone from the twin headboard. I'm very excited about that because I feel like that can get very customizable. Like I want to do all the moss and stuff on it. And the thing about my front yard is I want it to be creepy because the inside, I don't like it to be super duper creepy, but we'll talk about that. So I'm kind of playing with this to see how it layers because I don't typically wear it like this, but I want to play around and see. So we will learn together on this stuff. I've talked about it so much, so you probably don't want to hear me talk about it anymore, but the staying power on this for oily skin is just incredible. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so greasy. Yeah, so that's gonna be the outside. So it's gonna be like a poison pumpkin patch cemetery thing. So hopefully I put some pictures up here for you. For the inside, so last year, I'll put up some pictures here of what I did last year. And I absolutely loved last year. Part of what I really loved is that I let myself be colorful and be vintage, and like that's kind of the embracing that I've been doing going forward for like everything. Like I embrace it in my clothes, but I haven't really embraced it in my home decor because the thing to do, what is popular, is more neutral, which I also love, which it sucks because like I love neutral decor. I love natural wood. I love like seeing wood grain. I love marble. I love all those just gorgeous, gorgeous pieces of natural things from the earth. But I also like bright art and neon signs and whimsical decor, things that are super weird and different. And there's a way to blend those. So I've started blending that together. By the way, we're just using this as a base and then we're gonna play around on top of that. So last year, the whole theme of the inside of the house was vintage Halloween party. And I absolutely freaking loved it. I was obsessed. I had it up for a full 2 months, maybe even a little longer. And so I really, really loved it. So we're gonna use that theme still, but I wanna keep it in the kitchen. So the kitchen is gonna be the bright, the vintage, like the blow molds, the paper products that open up into the fan, the die cuts, all of that's going to be added to the dining room, more like the dining room wall. We don't really have a traditional dining room, but so the dining room kitchen area is going to be kind of mid-century and 80s, 90s vintage Halloween style. So bright oranges and blacks, all the traditional colors. I think I want to do, like, just keep playing on this blue. I haven't played a lot in my melt palettes, but ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use my melt palette since we're talking about Halloween. And this is this is the Halloween Town Nightmare Before Christmas palette. I've used this once since Christmas, but I honestly haven't really done eyeshadow since Christmas. Let me get a brush here. Brushy. I have not cleaned my brushes. I have so many brushes. I really need to go through them. That's like, no one probably wants to see that video, but we might be doing it. Okay, I'm just gonna get like a little eyeshadow brush, but like a teeny tiny eyeshadow brush. It's not super flat, but it's also not fluffy. And I'm gonna dig into Ooze, this darker one, and then we'll add some shimmer. Okay, so that's gonna be kitchen and dining. Ooh, I love this color so much. This is probably one of the main colors in my house too, this like deep jungly green. So we're gonna kind of build on, we're experimenting to see if this can be built on top of. Now these shadows, the melt shadows, are super, super, super pigmented and sometimes not super blendable. I love them still, but that might also play a part in how they blend on top of this. Cause like this is not, maybe we'll just do an eyeliner on this one and then fluff some color on the rest. I really don't like super technical eyeshadow looks. I like a very lived in, gooey, like faded out, kind of, I don't want to say trashy, but kind of trashy. It's my favorite kind of eye look. Okay. So in the living room and entryway, I still want to keep the oranges and blacks, but I want to bring in some greens and purples and a little bit of a, so I've been talking about in my Halloween hunts this year that I see so many eyeballs, and I think eyeballs are one of the things of the year, and I think it's still true as I continue to see more and more items favoring the eyeball. But there's a brand called, or a store called Grandin Road. It's very expensive. It's a high-end spot. Not every piece there is high-end, right? Just because you have a high price item doesn't mean it's high quality. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So you got to do your due diligence. I just hear mixed reviews on the Grandin Road items. So these eyeballs, it's a set of these cool eyeballs. I'll put them here. It's going to be another one of my DIYs for the year. And I am not going to spend that much money on these eyeballs. So I'm gonna make my own. However, that's kind of what got me going for the theme of the living room and entryway. So I'm thinking about these mossy looking eyeballs, a lot of Spanish moss, a lot of branches, a lot of black and moss, like black branches, mossy florals, some mossy looking eyeballs, a little bit of pumpkins in there, right? Because I still want traditional orange and black in there, but it's not gonna be like the happy jack-o'-lanterns, the 90s blow mold. It's gonna be a traditional orange pumpkin with a traditional, more maybe scary face or weird face, kind of weird off stuff. A lot of glowy things. There is this orb at Michael's that's on my list for when, if it goes on sale and it's still available. I've talked about it. I just don't know if I've shown it, but you can look it up. I don't know if I'm gonna, if I put it up here, I put it up here. I don't know yet. Anyway, so I have, like, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to collect like the witch sidekicks, like the raven or the crow, the toad, the owl. So I'm gonna have a lot of naturey animals mixed in. I'll show some like inspo pics here. Now some of these I'm never gonna get to that level because number one, time, effort. I don't have a lot of, like, I don't have a staircase. I don't have a really cool like chandelier hanging from my living room. So it's gonna be a little bit more difficult in those ways because I don't have what some of these pictures have, but I want a lot of glow. I want a lot of like, I just don't want it as bright in the living room. I want it to be more of a warm orange glow, black creepy branches, the green moss, the eyeballs, the animals, like creepy woods. Like you're walking through the woods at twilight and you hear a chirpy chirp or something and you're like, ugh. Like that's kind of what I want it to feel like. Should I do like a, okay. None of these things are like clean. Okay, I'm gonna just do a fluffier angle brush and I'm gonna go into Shrek. Shrek, Shriek, I'm an idiot. Shriek right there. So a lot brighter, and then we'll do some like funky color on top for a shimmer. I love that I'm doing this and all we're doing tonight is putting some cabinets together to go on either side of our second-hand Murphy bed. And I haven't cleaned any of this up with concealer or anything, so just bear with me. So yeah, that's kind of like the overall theme. I've picked up quite a few vintage things, and I want to continue to do that. The DIYs I'm gonna do, I did find some eyeballs. Freddie found them in the dog toy area, so I'm gonna use those for some. And then I'm hoping to maybe pick up some tennis balls, maybe some old tennis balls, and use those to make some more on my own. I'm gonna be making a vintage style, you know, the Martha Stewart ghost or the Pottery Barn ghost, the Crate and Barrel ghost, or the bajillion-dollar ghost that literally looks like a sheet on top of a tomato cage with some lights. I'm doing that, but I'm gonna do a vintage style one, so I'm gonna make my own of those. I got the rotten pumpkins. I have the headboard / tombstone. I really do want to try and do a paper mache Halloween bucket. I was gonna do it last year and I got scared, and I also ran out of time. So I need to start now. And I think there's some more. I'm trying to think. What else was I going to do? The headboard, the ghost, the eyeballs. I'm trying to make something right now that I think I messed up, which is par for the course. But I read some tutorials and then I missed some info. That info being how thick to make the substance. So I basically was just doing one of those, buy the clear glass, make it into amber glass situations. Like, I've seen so many tutorials. I was so confident, and I just think I made it way too thick because it's not even see-through, and that's the whole point. So I don't know if I will be able to take it off and like if I've gone too hard and gone too thick or gone too dark, if I can come back from that, because I am doing traditional fall decor this year, which I've never really done, or I haven't done in a really long time. I just blended that in. And there were some things that I didn't have anymore, and what I wanted was just a beautiful amber colored pumpkin with lights in it, and I just don't want to pay $20 for it. So it's a really simple process. I just don't think that I did a good job because I got so excited. I just put too much on there. I want to put like a grungy color on top. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to put a grungy color. Like, this is too pretty and blue, and it's just not. Let me get out my other weird things. Yeah. I'm gonna do, let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do, because this one has like, this is one of those green brown shadows that everybody does. So this one is Glam Shop in Zigzag. It's the Glam Shop in Turbo. It's incredible. These shadows are incredible. It's just that green brown traditional. I'm just gonna do my finger and tap it. Pretty. And then we'll clean it up and do some mascara. I've not been wearing mascara because when I go to marching band, whatever sunscreen, and I've tried different sunscreens on my face for marching band, burns like a mofo. And so I'm just like rubbing my eyes constantly, which is why I wear this. And then I just use it to like squeeze the juice. Ew, what? Clean the sweat and the sunscreen out of my eyes. Wow. Wow. Okay. So let me clean up under my eyes. Let's put some concealer on. We can do some lower. I'm not even gonna do eyeliner, I don't think. This is fun though. I really miss this, and I really want to get back into just doing makeup shit for fun, honestly. Like, I used to look at a picture of something and be like, oh my god, I gotta do a makeup look out of it, and then I just stopped doing that. I don't know, life got in the way, or I just got uninspired, but just seeing this has been super fun. Okay, let's do another color on the top. I don't know. I don't know if I have one I like. All right, we'll just play. I also got a new, yeah, I don't like this, but we're gonna keep it on anyway. I got a new eyebrow gel from Dollar Tree. Holy crap, it's exactly or even better than the Wow Brow from e.l.f. So if you use that one. All right, so we're a mermaid. Not what I was going for, but maybe I'll do like a creepy yellow underneath and that'll help. Okay, let's do some concealer. Favorite concealer is the Natasha Denona. Mostly for use of all over the face, like, because I keep talking about like I just don't wear foundation, I don't enjoy it, but I do like to spot conceal or wear a skin tint, and this one is incredible. If you haven't used it, especially if you have oily skin, it's so nice. Gosh, I haven't done like a eye look in so long. I feel like I'm so made up. And I fell in love with this blush that I've had for a while now because I finally found a brush that works beautifully on it. So I'll show you that too. We'll use that today because I think the color on the eye, we need to bring some more neutral to the face. I usually wear a very bright blush, but I don't want to look like a clown. So we're not gonna put that on with this eyeshadow look. Do you guys have a theme for Halloween, or do you just bring out everything you love and go from there? Like, let's look up a little bit. Like I do love doing a theme, but I want to pick up vintage stuff as I go, and like estate sales and stuff. And so I'm going to continue to collect stuff. I just want to continue to buy less of the brand new things, if that makes sense. Like I want to just take a little step away from that so that I'm not contributing too much, because I can't say no to everything, but contributing too much to, you know, overconsumption, landfill, all of that. Because half the stuff I have I don't need anyway, but I just have to have it, you know? We just have to have it. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of the Halloween stuff can be made on your own, can be thrifted. But more so, it's not always quality. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. But not really all the time. So I think we just need to be smarter, you know, like just be more intentional. And that's what I'm trying to do this year. And I'm really trying to do anything that I'm DIYing to be able to flip it back, like the vintage ghosty that I'm gonna make, 99% of it, if not all, can go back to being used as something else, which I love. A little ghosty vase, the same thing. Ooh, yeah, that's what I needed. A little something, a little something. So in life, I am trying to like everything kind of have a multi-use thing, or can be taken apart to use later, you know, or like some candles I bought this year. I can use the vessels. They're like really cool vintage looking vessels that I can use at other times of the year. And I love florals, so that's something that I'm really gonna use. I'm really trying to use some of my Halloween stuff in the fall by turning it around. You just have to get creative, you know, you just have to get creative. And I think not everybody has time to DIY, but if you do, it's so worth it. It's so worth it to take your time to find the right things, the beautiful things, and not just the things that everybody else has. I mean, if you like that, that's different, right? Go for it. Okay, I want to do one more weird color in the corner, and then I think we're gonna call it a day here. I don't know, guys, I'm just all over the place. Yeah, I'm super, super pumped for Halloween, obviously. And I've already decorated for fall, so there will be a fall video. Decorate, shop with me, mess up your DIY craft video coming up. I think tomorrow's video is like going through my Halloween bins. What do I have? What am I gonna get rid of? Because I already took a huge pile. I was gonna sell it. Like do like a, here's my Halloween pile, come get it for 25 bucks. And I just didn't want to deal with it. Just took it to Goodwill, let somebody else find it, let somebody else enjoy it for the right price, boom. The only thing I am still on the hunt for consistently is any JP stuff. Any JP meaning Joanna Parker or Johanna Parker. It's actually Johanna Parker, how it's spelled, but whatever. And I have found some pieces. So I have one more Halloween haul coming. So I've had two that have come out. I have one more Halloween haul coming at the very end. It'll probably come out end of August, beginning of September. I'm trying to wait on it. And there's only a few more things that I'm actually waiting for to come out, and that's the Target stuff. I have a few things on my list from that. I have these signs, so in my inventory video that comes out soon, or I think tomorrow, I talk about the things that I have, and I didn't talk about the pillow that I have. So this is the pillow I kept. I got this from Ross last year. And then I have some signs from Target that they're kind of like old school vintage signs. They were 10 bucks a piece. They're plastic, but they're huge and so, so cool. Last year I got a skeleton, the cat, and the pumpkin. And this year they have a new version of them all. They also have a Frankie. And I really want that one too, but I think I'm just gonna get the witch, and it has like these really cool stars coming out. Other things I like from Target, and they have these year round with all the seasons, are the little felt felt wool duos, like a peanut butter jelly holding hands, or a witch and a cat holding hands, that, or a vampire and a garlic holding hands, that kind of thing. So I want to get one of those. And then there is like a light up sign thing for the wall that has these rays. I need to add up how much I've spent, because I'm barely going to be buying anything for Christmas this year. Like I got almost everything I ever wanted for Christmas last year. It's going to be like so little, other than our tree, because I got rid of our faux tree last year, and we're going to get a fresh one this year, I believe. So we have to buy that, but I'm basically using up all of my holiday money for Halloween, and I'm fine with that, because by next year, like, very little will have to be purchased, because I think what I did this year was really fine-tune the style of how I want to go forward. And I think that's something we can all do, is like really think about, where is that stupid thing? Really think about what we like. What do you actually like? What do you have in your house that you love? And just start buying those things. Like, don't just go buy the thing just because that's the exciting thing. What if you don't even like that? Like, I've done that in the past, and now I'm getting rid of those things. Also, our style changes, and that's also okay. So my style is vintage and colorful and mixed with some natural things. So that's kind of how I'm going forward with all my holiday decor as well. And so I'm getting rid of some things and I'm purchasing new things. And so by next year, hopefully I won't have to buy as much, and I'll only be buying like vintage cool things that I find. All right, so the blush I was talking about is the RMS Maiden's Blush. This one is in, Maiden's Blush, that's the name of it. So RMS Beauty Redimension Hydra Powder Blush is the name of the kind of blush. The color is Maiden's Blush. This is an incredible color. Absolutely incredible color. I think every single person could use this, unless you're super dark skin tone. It will not show up on you, but I finally found a brush. I don't know what brush this is. Missy Glam Angled Blush P30. If I can figure out who that is, I'll put it underneath. But it's fluffy, and it's a traditional brush. It's not a synthetic brush, but it's not super dense. And this picks up this blush really well. So the synthetic brush is not good for this, but I still needed the fluffy. I didn't want a dense. This is absolutely stunning. I'll swatch it because this is going on top of a little bit of something else, and so I don't know how true to color this is. However, it does kind of adjust to your skin tone, so take that into consideration as well. Let me see if I can swatch this before so it's like a neutral with a little bit of a coral. Oh my God, you guys, it's so beautiful. And then I'm gonna buff everything in with one of the only things that's high end that I can't find a dupe for that's worth the money, which is the Guerlain. Okay, well, my battery died, so we are back. I applied this blush, that RMS blush, and now I'm going to blend everything together with my Guerlain Meteorites. And I was saying that this is something that you cannot find a dupe of, and is worth every penny. And I like to use this, and I need to use a little bit more because I know I have some blush blindness, but I really like it. And I use this to kind of blend all the things together. I like to do this actually after my setting spray, which is a little tip, once your setting spray dries. However, I'm out of my setting spray, so we will not be doing that today. But this gives a nice blend. It gives a little teeny tiny bit of a sheen, but it's not glittery. It's not like metallic or weird. It's just really, really beautiful. And it's really nice because it doesn't give you a powdery look, especially if you're on the dry side. It will not make you look dry. Oh, so pretty. Okay, but now I feel like I'm not even. I think it's because of where I have my mirror, but then I'm gonna do a little bit of some of that new stuff from Dollar Tree. So it is the, I wanna say it's the Be Pure, but it's called Browfection Tinted Brow Builder. They only had light though, so it's just like a silver container or whatever. I'm gonna take a little bit off, but it does have like a really teeny tiny spoolie. And I think it's time for me to dye my eyebrows again. And I'm not doing too much here. I really should fill more of them in, but I'm not going to. I like to do this to fill in a little bit and also to get some of the powder out that might have gotten into them. I don't spend a ton of time on my brows anymore. I probably should, but I'm just a little lazy now, especially because I wear glasses, so you can't really see them all the time. And then I think I want to do just a teeny tiny bit of a lip stain and then some neutral gloss. Give me a little bit of color. And then the Fruit Fetish Lip Oil by Milani is probably my favorite. And this one is in Honey Fig. It's a neutral. And definitely on the warm side of a neutral. So blending it on top of a more pinky tone kind of gives you a balanced lip. All right, let's zoom out. So you know when I said that I was going to do my hair? Yeah, I lied. I'm not gonna do it. Hey Nudie, what's up? Anyway, let me know if you have a theme for your Halloween decor this year, if you even decorate for Halloween, or if you have a theme for fall, or do you decorate for fall? Let me know down below. Let me know what you think about mine, if I should add something or take away, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys.